Welcome to the social science class, children. And today we are going to learn a lesson which is based on our rights. Yes. So the chapter name is Our Fundamental Rights and Duties. As we all love to get the rights. You love to go to the park, you love to go to the your different malls, or you love to do many things. So to do many things, what is the essential thing which we should keep in our mind? That is our duties. So rights and duties are the two sides of the coin. So as I say that the rights and duties are the two sides of the coins. It means that if I show you this coin, fine, if I show you this coin and if I ask you, okay, go and get the lace. But when you go to the shopkeeper says, oh, this coin does not work. Which it did, because it does not have the other side where the amount is written. You say, no, I am giving you the coin. But immediately he repeats the same thing. Sorry, I cannot give you the lace because here at the back your coin is not written here. The number is not written, whether it is a 5, 10, whatever it is. So in that case, what happened? In that case, he will return you the coin and he will say, sorry, bring the other coin, then I will give you the lace. So we come to know that it is very important that both the side should be there. In the same way, when we want some rights, any kind of rights, but on the other hand, we should also remember our duties also. So when we talk about this chapter, fundamental rights and duties, it starts how this thing has come. Children, you all know that India was under the control of the British rule, and finally India became independent on 15th August 1947. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the first president of India, whereas Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was our first prime minister. Then it becomes very important how the country should be controlled. So a constituent assembly as its chairman was formed to draft the constitution. So as a result, who was that chairman? Chairman was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Clear? So Dr. Rajendra Prasad took the initial step to form the Constitution of India, or to draft the Constitution. So what is Constitution actually? The Constitution is a set of laws according to which a country is governed, like it is mentioned in your diary. The certain rules and regulations which has to be performed, or what are the norms of the school, under which norms everyone has to work. So that becomes the laws for the school or the rules for the school. Similarly, for a country, this becomes the laws for the country. So we have to follow the certain set of the rules and we have to work under those guidelines only. So the drafting committee wrote the constitution with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as its chairman. The time taken to form this or to draft this constitution was almost 3 years. And finally, on 26 January 1950, this constitution came into force. And that is the day we celebrate as a Republic Day. Because we all know that a country is a democratic republic. Democratic means that the government is elected by the people, whereas children, republic means that the head of the state, that is the head of the state or the country, is also elected. So when we talk about the head of the state, then who is the head of the state? Who is the first citizen of India? The first citizen of India is a president. So the president of India is the head of the state. The Supreme Court protects our constitution. So children, the thing arises when this constitution is drafted and the implementation of this constitution is there. There should be a body who should have a control for this governing of the constitution. So a constitution gives us fundamental rights. What are these rights? So these rights are fundamental, or we can say fundamental means basic, because without these rights we cannot live a good life. So let us know about the fundamental rights. So our first fundamental right is right to equality, we can say, or we can. So let me repeat our first fundamental right. Our first fundamental right is right to equality. Number 2, we have right to freedom. Yes. Number 3, right to freedom of religion. And number 4 is cultural and educational rights. Number 5, right against exploitation. And finally, the 6th right is right to constitutional remedies. Now, one by one, we will talk in detail about these rights. So, when we talk about these fundamental rights, let us talk the first fundamental right. So, the first fundamental right is right to equality. So, when we talk about the right to equality, children, it means that all are equal before law. The same law is applicable to all the people. Clear? Then, number 2 is your right to freedom. So, when we say freedom, freedom means different kind of freedoms are given to all the individual or all the people of India. So, let us say that there are 6 areas where the freedoms are given. Number 1, freedom of speech and expression. It means we have a right to express ourselves or to give a speech, but we should keep in mind that we should not go against our country. Number 2, right to assemble peacefully without weapons. Suppose we are not agreed to the certain laws which are made by the government. In that case, we can have assemble peacefully, but no weapons should be used in that case. Number 3, right to travel throughout India. Number 3, right to travel throughout India. It means we have a right, because India is a country. So we have a right to move around in the country anywhere. We have a right to travel anywhere in India. Okay. Number 4, right to choose any occupation. Yes, we all have a right to choose any occupation whichever we want. Okay. Then number 5, right to form unions. We can form the unions keeping in mind that all the unions are working for the benefit of the country or for the benefit of the people of India. All the unions, any union should not harm the people of India or the government of India or for the pride of India. Number 6, right to work in any part of India. Yes, we have a right to work in any part of India wherever we want. So, now let us talk about the other right. So, number 3rd right is right to freedom of religion. When we talk about right to freedom of religion, it means that every person is free to practice any religion. Suppose anyone want to follow Christianity, has a right to follow. Anyone wants to follow Sikhism, Jainism or any other religion. a person has a right to practice that religion. Then we are free to establish any institution and are free to celebrate all festivals in our country. Yes, we are free to celebrate all the festivals, and India is a country, we all know that it is unity in diversity. We find that people of different culture or religion celebrate all the festivals together. Then comes number 4, that is your cultural and educational rights. The word itself says cultural. The culture of any country is followed, can be followed in any way. If I love to follow the culture of Maharashtra, or to follow the culture of your Karnataka state, yes, I have a right to follow the culture. Culture means your arts, different forms of dances, music styles, anything. I am free to, or anyone is free to follow the culture of any part of India. And when we talk about the educational rights, children, so all children up to the age of 14 years should be provided free education. So the government has different policies or the programs which are there for the children of India. Many people in villages, they are not interested that their children should get the education, or they want that their children should indulge in the same kind of like a profession which they are doing. So in that case, the basic education till the age of 14 years, the government has make a compulsion that they should get the education properly. Then comes, every Indian has the right to take education. Yes, every Indian at any age has a right to take an education, to develop or to want to gain. Then, to promote one's culture and education, yes, we also have a right to promote a culture and education. So the next right is right against exploitation. The word exploitation means, many times children, you people have seen that the small children, even at homes also of your maid, they come to your place and do the work. It is very bad as per the constitution, because as previously we have learned at the number 4th constitution, that was cultural and educational rights, where up to the age of 14 years the children have a right to get the education. So that is why we should not exploit the children, or the small children should not be as a labor in the factories also. So it is said that the rich cannot take undue advantage of the poor. Begging is not allowed in a country. Number 6, right to constitutional remedies. When we say right to constitutional remedies, we mean that we can go to court for a grievances. Like if any thing we are not allowed, we can go to the court and we ask the court to protect a right. So children, we have learned about the fundamental rights of which are there in a constitution, and what are its importance and how we can use it, what are the main aim behind all these rights for the people of India. Thank you, children.